Hi guys, so today I have a new collection to share with you from Spellbinders. It is the Becca Feekin 3D Vignette Collection. Really sweet. I have three of the four. I believe the fourth one is like a little doghouse or like little, yeah, basically a doghouse. Super cute. So Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So kind of glancing over them, I have one here, this other one's here, and the third one or second one is here. And as you can see, it has like a retro feel to it. Even the little hot air balloon looks a little old school. So the first one I have to share with you is this one over here, the twin lens camera. So 3D vignette twin lens camera. And as you can see, it has all the bits that you would need to make a really just awesome, detailed, like fun kind of old school camera look. So we have this bit. These areas will emboss a little bit, but they don't cut out, okay? So all these other portions, you can layer them up. I'm not sure if this one goes here or there, but I put it here just to place it somewhere, but it's like the little lens. There's like a little glimmer on it. There's all these areas that you can decorate this with. It even has like screw marks that look really cool. It also has little screws or like little push buttons or whatever, all this detail to make it look amazing. So I do have this piece here, and I feel like it layers up like this, but I'm not sure. I just put it here to fit there. For the top of the little button clicker there, like just so many pieces to layer up. Again, the 3D vignette pieces that help you actually create a 3D vignette that also flattens out for sending. It has the words, let's say positive, yeah, the positive, focus on, and then, or focus on the positive, and oh snap, which is really funny with an exclamation point. And again, those are just little words that you can kind of pop in and have that sentiment there. This is a hot air balloon, and a clear, well, it's called hot air balloon, so there it is. So we have the different layers, really cute. So there's a background one. This appears to be an inlay, oh damn, but perhaps not, because it does cut this whole edge here. So it looks like it cuts out these pieces. And if you pair them together, you'll have different pieces to kind of lay in there. The little basket, you know, the little ring to hold it on there, some little decoration. These look like little, like just cute things that you can pop on here, you know, like tassel kind of things. More decorations there. And then these beautiful, more delicate pieces that we can cut out and layer up however we like. So it has the three different portions there. The words keep smiling and blue skies ahead, and then of course the portion to help you make it into a 3D vignette. And then down here we have the retro television, and as you can see, I mean, it has this little bottom base piece, it has this top part, it has this piece that's separate from this, it has like the little screen. I think this would be amazing for a shaker. We definitely need a shaker, this guy. It has this portion here, all kinds of dies there. The portions to make it into a 3D vignette, some decoration, you know, all these bits that make it really pop and come to life, right? So we have all these different little pieces for like the dials and cute stuff like that. And it has breaking news with an exclamation point. It has your and awesome. Very cute. So what I'm going to do is grab some paper. We'll work on one of them today, and then we'll follow up with the others at a later date. Okay guys, so I think I'm going to do the retro TV today. I'm going to make it into like a shaker card. I think that'd be really fun. So we have these pieces, and of course I get samples, so that's why I have them laid out like this, but yours will be different. For right now, I'm just going to bring out some of these main pieces that we can talk about, and let me get this a little bit more situated so I know exactly what we're talking about. I was going to put a little Gumby in the frame. I thought that'd be really cute, like inside the TV, this part, you know? So it need to be at least this big. My printer is acting silly, so they didn't print out too well, but how cute would that be to put like just like a little classic like character or something in there? So I decided I'm going to make a shaker with a scene, but I'm going to do a Christmas one, and I'm either going to have this guy there or maybe these guys be the focal point, but it looked like a little Christmas like movie or something that somebody's watching, or a show. I have silver paper here for like the little accent pieces, so we'll talk about that in a minute, and then I have some dark brown and lighter brown paper for like the actual TV stand and everything. But let me put these to the side for just a moment. So all these different pieces, this is the little area that's like the antenna on the top of the TV. These are your antennas. And then just, you know, these are like little pegs down at the bottom, dials and cute things, and like the little speaker, like would be these things. And if you're of a certain age, you probably remember TVs looking like that. So I certainly do, and I'm 44, so There we go. Really interesting. So to make the 3D vignette, you know, with Becca's stuff, it kind of like flops over like this, so you can flatten it out for mailing. And what you're supposed to do with these two guys is cut this one and cut this one, and then you're going to layer one over the other. Now, I don't know if there's a certain depth. I'm assuming, you know, however low you would like to do that. But since I'm making a shaker card, that's not super important, but you are going to need 4 of these if you're making like the vignette, and 4 of these. And basically, you're going to adhere these together in a way that they overlap, just, you know, however it is that you'd like, that makes sense. And they want you to double this up and double this up so it's nice and sturdy, right? So in the front, you're going to have 2 layered together with 2 feet, and the back one's also going to have 2 back pieces layered together and 2 feet. So they're going to look exactly the same. And then you have that decorative strip, and that decorative strip, this piece right here, helps you kind of cover that area where there's a junction. I have kind of an idea about that though, so I think what I'm going to do real quickly for you guys is cut these out of the dark brown paper. They can be all the same color too, but I feel like the TV stand part of it, like the bottom part, can be like a different color brown, just to be fun. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I have some mahogany paper here, and then I have some paper from another project that's like a lighter brown. This stuff is super sturdy already on its own, so you know, that's up to you if you want to do the 2. But I'm going to cut out 2 of these, and I'm just going to cut out 1 of these because, again, I'm putting this on a card base. It doesn't need to be sturdy on its own, but I'll be right back. So this portion, again, is the actual, like, upper TV base, right? And this is the lower TV base. That's what they're calling it in the instructions. And then there's this piece here. So this is your first layer, but it's also the inserts. So if you're doing the 3D vignette, these guys are going to be the little insert pieces that you can bring out, and maybe it's a picture, maybe it's a little message or whatever. So we're going to use this, but not in the same way as the 3D vignette. So what I was thinking is, if you have these 2 pieces and you're supposed to kind of overlap this, and then use that silver piece to decorate it or whatever, what I would do is just layer them this way. Does that make sense? That way they're sturdier, they're stuck together better, right? One and the other. And then when you place it on here, actually I think it goes there. You know, it just depends. Do you want this up in the front? Do you want this up over here? Either way, you're putting it on there. And then you can put your little strip, and it leaves it really nice and sturdy. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm just doing something different today, so I'm not really bothering with that, but you can definitely do that. Sorry, I just want to be clear. So what they're saying too is, if you have these 2 obviously stuck together to be sturdy, you know, nice and sturdy, stuck like this, there's going to be 2 of these stuck together. You're going to kind of butt them together, and on the back side, you're going to use the little bars that are left over from this. You can use 2 of these little strips and then glue those on, and that's what kind of holds it together. But you know, you can figure out different ways. I think what I was saying is probably better, just because you can just layer these guys over each other, get that sturdiness, and then stick that on there, you know, or behind, however it is that you want to decorate it. But I guess it goes this way. I went ahead and brought all the pieces over so we can kind of talk about them as we're going through. But again, I only need the 1 piece, and I'm not going to even mess with that. I'm just going to put it on my card base like this, and then that little silver strip. So I do have a A2 size card base here, and that'll fit on there really cute. And maybe they have the antenna sticking out, or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, we can do it this way. You know what? Since I can do whatever I feel like, what I'm going to do is just overlap this a little bit, bring it down so that the antenna fits a little better. So I think that'll be fun. Or don't use the antenna, or make a bigger card, right? So there's all these different options. I'm just kind of playing around with this, and I'll just grab a little Christmas sentiment from my Oh What Fun sentiments, I think. So this piece of cardstock is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I just chose brown also to just make it really 70s, maybe earlier than that, boring kind of, really sweet. And then again, you know, however much you layer this up, if you have the little speakers, you can design this however you like. I mean, the speakers can go up, they can go down, whatever controls you want to use. These are obviously for the vignette part of it, and so are this. We have the little things, but I'm going to make like a Christmas kind of scene, so I just want to keep an eye out. So the antenna are these guys, so I'm going to cut these out just to have them ready, because I will need these soon. And then this piece here, let me see if these can cut on these guys. Ooh, you know what? I don't need a lot of the antenna part, so actually I can leave that laying off the side. And so that'll work. I'm just going to stick this down and run these guys through real quick. Again, I don't need the full base. I actually need less than that, so it's fine. I'll run this through and have that ready. And also, I'm going to pick a color for the background of the TV, which will probably be like a gray or a light tan or something. This piece here, I just need one of these guys. So I'll be right back. I actually went like a metallic silver, but it's like a matte metallic. And then we have all these other bits that we can play with. So let's go ahead and put some of this together. I'm just trying to see exactly what I want to do. I guess these can be as low or as high as I would like. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue this, because this part, and I'm going to put the glue kind of in the center because I don't want the metallic paper to warp. So I'm just going to put that glue right there. Just kind of layering it in the middle of that pretty little area there. And again, if you don't want this to warp, you can definitely use liner tape. And what I want to do is stick this guy on here. That's what I said, it's going to be pretty low profile. So just a little bit of that sticking out. Do you guys remember that? I was messing with the antennas, and then especially going outside to mess with the really big antenna and kind of turn it, or whatever you had to do to get the right signal. That was fun. Probably gonna do something like that. I'm just making sure I still have room for my little speakers. It doesn't look silly. A little higher up. And then my antenna are gonna go like pretty much straight across, like as flat as I can get them. You know, so that they're there for the detail, but they're not super sticking up. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. I like them being kind of like one being one way, one being the other. So cute. Okay. I'm gonna let that set up before I continue on. Okay, I don't think I need to stick anything else behind here, so what I'm gonna do is put my glue, hold down my little antennas. You can definitely leave them kind of sticking up. That'd be really cute too. And I'm gonna get this guy ready too. And basically I'm gonna put this guy down first because I know I need him to be as low to the card as I can get him. So I'm just putting the feet pretty much right at the very bottom here. And then I'll put this on here. Just overlapping a little bit, clearing the antenna to be on the card there. Not too much glue. Hold that guy down, and then in the meantime I'm going to put a little glue on the back of my hand to get this strip right. It's a nice decoration, but it's also helping you kind of cover that up. But it looks really nice and straight, so if you don't want to use this, don't. But it looks nice, so there we go. I'm going to hold that down. Hold this whole thing down and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start talking about decorations. So I'm going to cut out two of these guys. And that will be our little speakers. And then there's also another one you can cut, and I'm not sure with this in the center, so I'll do two of these with the matte metallic. I think that'll be cute. So I'm going to tape that down, two of those guys, and then I'm going to take those out and put one like this, just for some other decoration. Now, they don't really fit inside each other, so I'll probably just cut this one, and then layer this piece on that little piece, and cut it again, just have something different. So that's that. The little feet I'm going to cut from shiny silver. Why not? I think I have some room on this piece right here. And then, let's see. Oh, our knobs. I think the knobs. Oh, well, before we get to the knobs, let's do this piece that goes on the side. See how we have all these pieces? I'm going to bring back that dark brown again. So I'm just going to use this piece of paper that I already cut into, because why not? So I'll just run this guy through. It cuts its own thing. It does like some pretty stuff. So I'm just going to cut that just to get that mahogany again. And then this is going to be our little shaker piece. So I want to cut this complete thing like this out of black paper. And I know black is really stark, but I think it'll look cute because back in the day the TVs did have a lot of black plastic on them. So I'm going to layer these two together, of course tape them, and then run them through. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, we have all our pieces here. Well, most of them, but that one's going to go there. And then this one again, I cut that circle out because we need the aperture, you know. Otherwise, you can do what they have intended with the little test strip looking thing, like whenever you turn on TV or back in the day. Well, not really when you turn it on. It was just something that they would do where it would be like colors. And you would just use these little bands for those colors, the ones I showed you guys earlier. Where did I leave them? These guys. And you would just stick them down one after the other on a piece of paper and then use this to roll it out, so then your colors will be striped and really cute, and then you just pop that on there. But I'm not doing that, so I made a hole for this so we can make an aperture. And behind that, I'm going to pop these guys. So what I'm going to do is take this one. Again, it doesn't cut a center hole. And see, what is it that I want? You know, so cute. I mean, we can do this one. I feel like this one looks more like it might be on the little TV. So let's do that. Little guys in the background. And I'm just going to run this through, okay? So I can get this little piece so it'll show up behind my TV. Okay, so I have my little piece here. Again, I just need that for the shape of it. I'm going to go back there. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit so I don't have to be so accurate in placing the other part. So I'm just going to take a little bit off the top and maybe a little bit off this one of the sides. Okay, so that way when I place it, it's just I have a little more room to kind of hide those pieces. So let me glue these guys down so we know where those are, and then we'll start building up everything else. And so with this one, still got to make the dials and stuff for this part. This little TV is very old school looking. It's so cute. I'm going to hold that down and I'm put glue on the very edge of this guy. Again, this is really delicate paper. It works better with liner tape. And I'll put that down right here. So that way when I pop this guy up on top. And then the other thing we can do with this piece, so it's serving all the purposes, is cut a piece of acetate. And you can just measure and cut a piece of acetate, or you can roll this through and then you'll have your acetate that's perfectly the size that goes behind this, okay? In the meantime, I cut little black background pieces for the speakers. And that other little portion that's going to decorate like this middle part here down here at the bottom. So I'm just going to I'll just put it on here. Not really squeezing too much. I don't want glue all over the place, but just rubbing that on the back of that. And I'll do this with this guy. He's gonna go like in there. Same thing with this one and this one too. It's just like a little accent piece, I suppose. So of course your item will come with instruction. If you want to make the 3D vignette, I'm just kind of doing something different. Okay, I'll stick that down, and then also the little feet. And then we'll come back, do our shaker, and finish up with the little knobs and a sentiment. And that can just go right down here. Just lining it right at the bottom there. Same thing with this one. We'll go right down there. Okay? I'll be right back. So we put our little feet on. We have these things. I'm just going to glue these guys down. I glued the center one. I just haven't glued down the other two. Something like that. I don't know. And then we're going to put our little shaker bits on. Oh, and you know what? I still have glitter sitting here from using it the other day, some sequins. And I think it'll be perfect because it'll look like little snow with the little scene. Okay, so we have these guys. Just going to glue those together. Again, the piece of acetate that you can just run through the die or just eyeball it. And while that's holding down, I try to carefully go ahead and layer this on the back. I have some thin foam. Now you can also just keep cutting these guys. Some people like to do that. Like I would have left that stuck together and cut several layers of cardstock and glue those together, and that would make your height for your shaker. I'll be using this foam. Sorry, I got something in my throat and it's still there. But it's a little bit thin. So what I'm probably going to do is just eyeball this really quickly. About this much. I generally leave the carrier on it, but since that was the beginning of the thing, it's not going to let me do that. I'm going to cut this in half, and I definitely recommend to do this with scissors that have like a non-stick to them. And also, again, leaving that least piece of the carrier, but since this was the beginning of that thing, the carrier just came off. And then wipe your scissors with alcohol when you're done, because that helps clean them up. Whenever you outline these things, make sure that you're butting one against the other. Like as soon as I put this down, when I put the next piece down, let me cut that little bit off, it's going to start butting up right against it and going this way. Okay, just frame out the whole thing. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that. And the second piece was easier to cut because the carrier stayed on, so I was able to just go snip right down the center. It's harder to cut when it's sticky on both sides, right? The top and the bottom of your foam strip. Okay, so we have that, and I'm just going to pour these little guys in here. Really cute. It also has this little piece of like reflection, which I think is adorable. I don't think I'll need it today, especially because I'm already using something that's shiny, but very cute addition. And again, I don't go too wild with the glitter or spangles or whatever you put in there. Let's put this little guy. Not waste him. And just put it all towards the center. Make sure that's pretty clean. I'm going to bring this towards me, guys, just so I can see a little better that I'm popping it right down over that cute little area there. And I always give it kind of a push here, flip it over, and really give it a squish from the back. How cute! He has his little snow in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so knobs. We have this guy, and it has a piece that you can also pop on there. There's layering bits. I mean, however much or little you want to do with that. So I think what I'll do is run this through shiny paper, run it through black paper, and run it through the matte gray. And then we have these little guys too. They're just more little knobs you can add. Oh my goodness, where's that one? This guy. It used to be that there was like a lever on your TV or whatever for like contrast or something that you can move. So that's basically what this is. So I'll also cut this out either out of silver or probably the matte silver. And I'll be right back. Okay, so these are smaller pieces, like these little tiny guys down here. So I'm just going to really just like for this guy, this is the piece for that, so I'm just going to put like the smallest drop of glue. Didn't really squeeze the bottle, I just kind of put it on there. Put its little knob on there. Oh my goodness. And it's just that little bit of detail, you guys, my goodness. Okay, so that'll go there. Then we have these guys that are gonna go right in here. They have like 4 in the picture. I think I'm just gonna do 2. So that and this, they're on the same die. Just makes it look like a little button or something, a little knob. So I'll do 2 of those. I have the other one in my die cutting folder right now. And then this guy is the big knob. So I'm just going to put some glue. I used the metallic silver or gray, the shiny one. And I cut 3 of them, and I'm like, oh wait, actually I don't need 3, I need just 2. So then from here I'll just put some glue down the center. Add this little bit, which is like the other knob. And I just kind of make sure that's straight. I'll get rid of the excess glue in just a minute. So it looks something like that, okay? And I'll do both of them. Okay guys, so now I have my pieces and I'm just going to glue them down. I just kind of placing them to know where I would want them. My goodness, so much detail. Okay, so I'm just going to remove them, stick them down. I like the little dials kind of going different ways because that's what would happen. And excuse me, I keep getting something in my throat. Okay, so again, I'll just pick these up, put a little glue, stick them back down, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I brought these out. I was kind of playing with them and I really like the way this really matches, you know, the Happy Holidays really just blends back in there. I mean, you can put something in here. That's cute. Oh, maybe I will. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'll put this guy up here. And these guys, just a little something down here. Just add a little color. A little pop of color there. And then I'm just going to put some dimension on this and just stick that down. So that's it, guys. So just another way of using this set. Super cute. I mean, again, as little as much detail as you like, and what a fun and just unexpected little card, right? Anyway, so thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. And yeah, it's just a really, really fun collection created there by Becca Feekin. And links will be in the description box. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.